on my first year as director of La Liga, Kathy came on board as a board member. She was one of my mentors, definitely, and I love Kathy. She was always there for us, and she was a person that we will always remember with love in our hearts.
We hired Kathy into those two roles, first program director and then executive director, and allowed her to really lead us in building the applications around those concepts that we knew were important, but we didn't know where to go with it.
It was her vision and her leadership that really brought embedded philanthropy to this community and capacity building for the long term. She brought people together that we never thought would come together, but Kathy had a special way about her.
But I have to give Kathy the credit. Kathy was that employee that was the sort of the catalyst of us getting the kind of staff that we've gotten. She had a willingness to go out into the community. She was fearless in going out and giving a position. When people applied and said we need to do X, Y, and Z, she was like, cool, but you need to consider X, Y, and Z. And she pushed.
And it was Kathy who made them realize they had this grand idea, and it sounded like they were going into the real estate business,
Absolutely.
Improve the housing, do everything.
Yep.
And finally she said, wait a minute, you're not talking to the people. You're not talking to the neighbors. This is their neighborhood.
And this is
you
how
have
you
to
engage
start,
them.
and this is how you engage them.
There was a period where everybody thought that the Gifford Foundation was the Goldfarb Foundation. They really thought that Kathy it was her foundation, and she was the face of Gifford. And I think Kathy worked. She was everywhere. Everywhere. Kathy worked hard to make inroads into different places in this community. And I know she had to be uncomfortable going in the places she went, but she still went.
Her warm heart, her kindness, her empathy, being compassionate. I mean, she was just a well-rounded, loved individual. When I think of Kathy, she was just a great inspiration. And she would always say to me, Mary Alice, do what's in your heart. You feel it, don't let anyone change that.
As I succeeded her in this role with these responsibilities, I can't tell you how many times I hear her name in a mode of greatness for the kinds of leadership that she was able to provide, not just within the walls of the Gifford Foundation, but with so many other organizations and leaders in our community. And I love that there's an award now that recognizes and appreciates the nimble, good creative thinking of leaders of not-for-profit organizations all around Central New York.